Well, there is so much history and culture right here in Arizona that we may not even know about. And that is why we are going to learn about the Bisbee Historical Tours.
Francine and Randy Powers are here to tell us all about them. But Francine, let's kind of step back just a little bit and talk about your family and how long they've actually been in Bisbee.
Sure. Well, my family's been in Bisbee since about 1902. My grandmother was born there. My grandfather was an immigrant from France. So I come from that long line of miners, from him to my uncles, and my dad being one of the last miners when they closed down in 1975.
Wow. Well, I know Bisbee is one of my family's favorite places to visit in Arizona. It's so much richness with culture and history, but also some really kind of fun, spookier things. So let's talk about the Bisbee Historical Tours and what those really include.
Sure. Well, we offer 2 walking tours. One's about 45 minutes long, and it's on Main Street, and I take you through all the beautiful buildings and also the history that is right on that street, including the Bisbee Massacre that happened in 1883. I take you into the Bisbee Restoration Museum. It's a museum more of a lifestyle, and it's full of items donated by Bisbee residents over the century. And the other tour is about an hour and a half long, and it takes you on Main Street and a little further out on another neighborhood, OK Street, a little bit in Brewery Gulch, and then back up down to Main Street.
Well, I think that's great. And we were talking during the commercial break. I asked how long it took you to come into Tucson so people kind of know how far. You said about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Correct.
To drive there. Again, something really easy to do. Maybe a lot of people haven't made that trip. We want to get them out there. So we have the tours, but you guys also have another kind of another small business that's going on there. Is it Reina de Bisbee?
Right, correct. And that's, I've been crocheting for about 40 years.
Oh,
so
wow.
I offer a lot of historical animals connected to Bisbee. There's one there, it's the Muheim bear. And he actually, I'll try to tell the story as fast as I can.
Oh, you're okay.
Joseph Muheim, he was an immigrant from Switzerland. He came to Bisbee back in the 1890s. He came to work for his uncles, Frank and Henry Dubacher. They were already established down in Brewery Gulch, what they named the Mountain Brewery after they were running that business. He started off as a bartender, and he was so liked by the miners and cowboys there that he was gifted a baby black bear cub from the Huachuca Mountains. He raised it in the bar, and eventually when it grew, he started to become a little worried because it was so big.
Yeah.
But they used to bet, the miners, because he used to box them. He used to slap them across the width or the length of the bar, and they would bet to see who would get further.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Well, he tried to hire the miners and cowboys to shoot that bear, but they wouldn't because they really adored him. And so one morning he was coming back to his to open up, and someone said, "Hey Joe, who's been strung up on your tree?" He didn't know what they were talking about. So when he got there, it was his bear.
Oh.
It used to go up and go asleep in the branches, but it used to drink beer too. So I think it was drunk and it slipped off. So those are just the kinds of stories that are,
Wow.
you know, there. That's in Brewery Gulch. It's got that same wild atmosphere and a lot of the Old West. And Bisbee really is the preservation of that. Since 1980, we became the historical district.
Oh, wow. Well, I know we're looking at these beautiful crocheted works here, but also these books. Tell us more about the books.
Sure. The blue one is, that was published originally back in 2004. It's about growing up in Bisbee and growing up with the paranormal. So I document all the places that I've had experiences with, including my childhood home, where the Tucson Dioceses got involved in documenting what happened in my family. So mine's the real deal. I don't make up stories. It's very important not to do that in the paranormal or ghost world.
I think this is amazing. And Randy, you're actually dressed, you know, we're both obviously dressed in time periods, but you're kind of dressed in the historically correct kind of costume, right?
Yeah, I'm actually set for like the 1880s,
Right.
Which is when Bisbee was founded. It was just start coming up. I actually have, my badge actually says U.S. Marshal, because Bisbee did not actually have a police force until 1902 when the Arizona Rangers was headquartered there. And then the following year it became incorporated and actually got their own police force.
Wow. Well, I know we're almost out of time, but Randy, real quick before we let you go, I know we've touched on the paranormal aspect of Bisbee and the tours. Do you cover that in the historical tours as you're going around the town?
She will cover some of it.
Yeah?
We actually have a special tour for the paranormal.
Okay, great. So if somebody's interested in that, there's a special tour just for them.
Right. Well, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the new book. It's The Magnificent Escape to Bisbee. And that's based in 1913 off of a true event that happened. And I'm going to offer that little set there. It's about a gorilla who escapes the Campbell Carnival show in Lowell. That really happened. And of course, this is. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're great. That was great. So I know that we're going to make sure our viewers have all the information to get in touch with you. Come take a tour and, of course, get these wonderful books. So thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Now, to enjoy a historical tour of Bisbee, Arizona, call and make a reservation at 520-559-1448 or go online to bisbeehistoricaltours.com.